Hello, today we are going to flow through a quicker moving morning or anytime kind of whole body wiggle to just help you connect to your body, get some movement in no matter what time of day it is. And let's get started. So we are going to start in a tabletop position together. And from this tabletop position, just sit your hips back towards your heels. You can bring your hands to your thighs and just come to an intention for your practice. You can pull your shoulder blades together, release your shoulders down your back. Just take these next two breaths to think about what you would like to cultivate on your mat today. Breathe that in, one more breath. And then shift yourself forward into your tabletop, back into your tabletop. Knees underneath your hips, wrists underneath your elbows, underneath your shoulders. Finding a long spine here, crown of the head to the tailbone. Moving our spine just a bit here through some cow-cat tilts. On your inhale, move to your cow. Tuck your toes, drop your belly, gently lift your gaze, lift your tailbone. Exhale, press the mat away, rounding your belly button towards your spine, letting your chin drape towards your chest. Inhale, tuck your toes, move into your cow. You can choose to or not to tuck and untuck your toes, whatever feels good to you, but I like to untuck in my cat. And go ahead and tuck my toes in my cow. We'll move through that 3 more times. Use your own breath to find the flexion of your spine and then the extension of your spine. Last one, exhale all the air out, belly button towards your spine, and then move back towards your tabletop. And we are going to jump rope our spine. So imagining that our tailbone and our head are the fixed points in our jump rope, and we're just going to imagine that our spine is a jump rope. And it's almost like the cat-cow, but then we're moving side to side as well, just letting the spine move in ways that feels good. And moving our hips, getting our, like I said before, wiggles out. And then move that jump rope in the opposite direction. Just playing here, doesn't matter what it looks like, just getting that movement into your spine, into your hips, and a bit into your shoulders. And then find some stillness here. When you're ready, tucking your toes, pressing through your palms, using your knees. Press up and back to your first downward facing dog. So finding a bit of stillness at first as you press through your palms, spin your triceps towards each other. Let your heels settle towards the mat, they don't need to touch. And your tailbone, your hips reach up. So lots of intentional shifting of weight and movement here. You're not collapsing into your shoulders, but you're pressing the mat away. And sending your weight back into your lower body so that your upper body is not doing so much of the work here. You can bend your knees if you have tight hamstrings or to release the low back. Take a big breath in, and then maybe now you invite in that pedaling of your feet, any wiggles that you need in your downward facing dog. Shaking your head yes and no to release the cervical spine. We'll take one more breath with our movements here. And then inhale, lift your right leg up. Keep your hips parallel and squared off to each other. And then step your foot forward. Inhale into your lunge. Exhale to straighten into your front knee, toes towards the ceiling. Exhale to bend into your front knee and step forward and fold. Inhale, find a halfway lift, fingertips to your shins, crown of the head reaches forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reaching your arms out and up, reaching all the way to the sky. Palms press to the top. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, sway over to the right. Grounding into your left foot, opening into the left side body. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, sway over towards the left, grounding into the right foot, opening into the right side body. Inhale, back to center. Maybe you take a little bit of a back bend, firming through your legs, opening your heart towards the sky. And on your next exhale, folding forward. Inhale, finding your halfway lift. Exhale, releasing your hands down. Step your left foot back, find your lunge. Inhale. Exhale, straighten into your front knee, toes towards the sky. It's a nice stretch for the right calf. And hamstring. Inhale to bend. Exhale, plant your palms, step back, downward facing dog. Pedal out your feet here if you'd like, once more. And moving through our first vinyasa, inhaling out to your high plank. Drop your knees down, untuck your toes. Lower yourself on your exhale all the way down onto your belly. Inhale, peel up to a baby cobra, releasing your shoulders down the spine, shoulders away from the ears, shoulder blades down your back. And then press up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left foot up, squaring your hips. Exhale, step your foot between your hands into your lunge. You can always use blocks here as well. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten into your front leg, toes towards the sky. Exhale, or back to inhale, bending into your front knee, and then stepping forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up to the top. Reach. Draw your hands to your heart. Samastitihi. Have your prayer hands at your heart center. On your next inhale, dropping your hips back, bending into your knees, reaching up for chair pose. So trying to find a bit of lift in your chest as you reach fingertips up, settling your shoulders down, and settling your hips just to that point where you feel a little bit of work taking place, a little bit of heat building in your legs, in your hamstrings, your glutes, all of your legs working together to support you here. Inhale, exhale to fold. Inhale, find your halfway lift. Exhale, release fingertips down, step your right foot back. Inhale to your bent knee, your front bent knee lunge. Exhale to straighten. Toes towards the sky if you can. Inhale back towards your lunge. Plant your palms. Step back, downward facing dog. Inhale. And exhale here. If you'd like, you can stay in your down dog. You can find a child's pose, or you can move through your version of a vinyasa. So that can be what we did in the beginning, dropping to your knees, lowering to your belly, inhaling to baby cobra. Or you can inhale to your high plank, exhale to your chaturanga, low push-up position, elbows hug in towards the body. Inhale, upward facing dog, dropping shoulder blades down the back, shoulders draw away from the front of the body towards each other, towards the back of your body. Exhale to downward facing dog. On your inhale, lift your right leg, keep your hips square and even. And then exhale, hug your knee in and step forward. Spin your back heel flat so that the outer edge of your left foot is parallel to the back edge of your mat. And then cartwheel your left arm up, right arm follows to warrior two. So finding your solid base here, you're going to press into the outer edge of your back foot. Send your right knee a bit over towards the right if you can. So if you peek down, you can see your big toe. Relaxing into the shoulders, arms are parallel to the ground. Reaching through fingers. Inhale. And exhale here. Take 2 more breaths in your warrior two. From this place, inhale into your extended side angle. So right arm is going to come onto your right thigh, left arm reaches overhead alongside your ear. And then reaching up, inhale back to your warrior two into your exalted warrior. Left hand travels down your left leg, right arm reaches overhead, opening into the right side body. Inhale to warrior two. Exhale to your extended side angle. Inhale up. Exhale, exalted. Once more, just like that. Inhale. And then up. Exhale back. Inhale back to center. So you can stay here in your warrior two. If you want to play around with half moon, we can definitely do that together. So, releasing your left hand to your left hip, and find a block if you'd like, or a book. And then just begin to wiggle your back foot in. And then either coming onto your block or the ground, you can bend into your right knee. Just gently begin to lift your left leg up. And then you're going to spin your hips so that they're open towards the front of the room. Flexing into your lifted foot. You want about as much tension and strength in your lifted foot as you have in your grounded foot. So flexing into the foot, it's almost like you're standing on the wall behind you. And if you'd like, you can lift your left hand away from your hip. Inhale here. For one more breath. Stay through the exhale and then bend back into your front knee, releasing your back foot back, finding your way into your warrior two. Inhale to straighten into the front knee. Pivot your toes around so they're facing the left long edge of your mat. Inhale, flip your palms up, reach your heart space up. Exhale, fold forward. Release your head down and find your forward fold, wide-legged forward fold here. You can allow your palms to reach down in front of your face. If that doesn't work, you can always use a block or a book to help yourself prop up. You can stay hands on your hips, hinged forward so that your chest is parallel to the ground. You can reach for the outsides of your feet. Whatever works for you and how open your legs are right now. Take 2 more breaths here. Feeling the heat start to release from your body. We've done a lot of work up to this point. Inhale your hands to your hips if they have left. And then hinge your way all the way up to the top. Turn your left toes towards the back of the room. Bend into your left knee. And then your right outer edge of your foot is going to be parallel to the short edge of your mat. And we're finding warrior two on the opposite side. So this time, pressing into the outer edge of the right foot, and the left knee tracks towards the left if you can. Settling your shoulder blades down, shoulders stacking over your hips. Gaze settling over your left fingertips. We know where we're going on this side, so see if you can just stay present for each of the movements. We'll stay here before we move. On your next inhale, releasing your left hand down to your left thigh, reaching your right fingertips overhead. And breathe here, exhale. Inhale back up towards center. Exhale into exalted warrior. Right hand travels down your right leg. Inhale back to center. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale to center. Exhale, exalted warrior. Inhale back to center. Exhale. Inhale up. Exhale back. Inhale back to your warrior two. So same options. You can stay here or you can play with half moon. So bringing your right hand to your right hip if you want to try half moon. And then stepping your back foot in. You can use your block or not, whatever you need. Bending into your left knee and then slowly lifting your right leg up off the mat. Opening your hips towards the front of the room, flexing into your right foot. So same thing on this side, lots of energy in both of your legs, lifting and grounded. Maybe you reach your right hand up off of your hip. Feeling strong even though this pose can get a little bit shaky. Find one more breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Bend into your front knee and slowly release your back foot down. Warrior two. Inhale, straighten into the left foot. And then we're going to turn towards the left edge of your mat once again. But this time you're going to do toes out, heels face in. Bring your arms up to a goal post and bend into your knees for goddess pose. So this is a lot of work for the legs, but just settle here. It's only 2 more breaths. Inhale. Maybe you settle deeper into your legs on that exhale. Feeling really strong and supported. Just one more breath. I know this is the hard one. And then inhale, straighten arms, straighten legs, pivot your toes towards the left edge of your mat. Bring your hands to your hips. Inhale, lift your heart space up. Exhale, fold forward. So you have those same options on this side if you would like. You can grab for your feet, the floor blocks. Inhale and exhale to fold. On your next inhale, center your right hand underneath your nose. Bring your left hand to your left hip. Begin to twist and open towards the left. You can keep your hand grounded on your left hip or reach up towards the sky. And breathe here as you find this open twist. You can do your best to keep your hips even here. I find that my right one always moves a bit towards the left when I'm twisting, but I just do what feels good to my in my body, so I think that's okay for me. You can always bring your hips more parallel and then have less of a deeper twist. Inhale, release your left hand down, bring your right hand to your right hip. Begin to open and twist towards the right. Maybe you reach your fingertips up. Same thing here. My left hip tends to gravitate a bit towards the right, and that is okay. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, release your hand down, release the block. Walk your hands around to frame your right foot, finding your lunge, and then stepping back to a downward facing dog. Staying in your down dog, finding a child's pose, or moving through your version of your vinyasa, following your inhales and exhales. And then, when you're ready, coming back to your down dog if you left. Inhale out to your high plank and release your knees down. Untuck your toes. And then sit up into a tall kneeling position. We're going to find a camel from here. So bringing your hands to your low back, elbows draw together, shoulder blades draw together, heart space opens and widens, fingertips face down. You can tuck your toes if you'd like here. It gives me a little bit more stability. Take a big breath in, firm through your legs as you open your heart space up towards the sky. Inhale. And exhale. If you want to do full camel and you can reach for your heels, you can absolutely do that if you're used to that. Or you can stay right here with me. One more breath. Release your hips down towards your heels, untuck your toes. Find your way into a child's pose. So you can have your knees touching, or you can release your knees wide, letting your chest settle between your knees. Big toes touch behind you. Inhale, walk your fingertips in towards your body. Shift your hips over towards one side and find your way onto your seat. We are going to take a boat pose together here. So working a bit into the abdominal muscles. You can keep your feet on the floor and lean back until you feel your abdominal muscles engage. Or you can begin to lift one leg, then the other, maybe both of them. If you're here and you want to play around a little bit, take a breath in, lift your heart space up. Exhale, tap your right heel onto the ground. Inhale up. Exhale, left heel. Inhale up. Exhale, right. Inhale. Exhale, left. Inhale. Exhale, right. Inhale. Exhale, left. We'll do one more each side. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale up. Take one more breath. Hug everything in. And then release down. Shake that out. Let that go. From here, moving into a seated pigeon. So bringing your knees in towards your body into an easy cross-legged seat. So you'll have one of your feet, whatever one's most comfortable, in front of you. Take that front foot and draw it a bit in front of you, more so than it already was. So I want to say I have like about a foot between my 2 feet, or maybe a little bit less. From this place, inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. So you should feel it in the hip of whatever foot is a bit more forward than the other one. Take a breath in. And then exhale. See if you can settle a bit deeper into your fold. So this is kind of, like I said, like a pigeon, less intense than a full pigeon, but it's a nice alternative. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, walk your fingertips back in. Bring your front foot back closer to your body, moving into a twist. Bring the hand of whatever foot is forward, close to your back at the base of your spine. Inhale, reach the opposite hand up and then release it onto its opposite knee. Begin to twist towards the side where your front foot is. breathing into the twist. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale to twist. And then inhale back towards center. Switch out your feet so opposite leg is in front. And then walking the opposite foot about a foot in front of you. Inhale, lengthen up through the spine, reaching fingertips out. And then walking your fingertips in front of you and folding over your front leg to the extent that you can, following whatever your body says. So you should feel, once again, that nice hip opening on the outer hip, on the leg that is in front. Breathe into your outer hip. Inhale, walk your hands back in. Bring your foot back in towards your body. Taking our twist to the opposite side that we did the first time. So the foot that is in front, that hand will go towards the base of your spine. Inhale, reaching up with the opposite hand, and then releasing it to the front knee. Twisting and opening towards the opposite side. Take a full breath in and lengthen your spine. Exhale to twist. One more breath. Unwind your spine, find your tall seat. You can stay in a seated meditation, or you can release your legs out long and then rolling back one vertebrae at a time, releasing your head and your shoulders down, palms face up, and settling into your Savasana for the next few breaths, the next few moments. Allow yourself to settle here, finding a bit of ease after you just built that heat up in your body, letting that release. Finding that easeful balance that comes as we exert efforts in our practice. It's important to have both of those. So just let that settle in. Your body feeling heavy and supported by your mat or whatever your surface you've chosen to practice on. So from that calm space that you've cultivated, just begin to bring your awareness back towards your body and your breath, this room, welcoming little movements into your body, and then making your way up into a comfortable seated position, however that feels good for you. And in that seated position, bringing your hands to your heart space, your thumbs can rest on your sternum. thanking yourself for taking this time to practice. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me. I hope you are doing well and continue to have your health and your wellness, all those things that you're grateful for in your life. The light and love in me sees and honors the light and love in you. Namaste. Thank you for practicing with me today. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, and I hope to see you soon. Thank you.